This is Anderson Pens podcast episode 33 for Sunday, January 6th, 2013. This is Brian.
This is Lisa.
This is the Anderson Pens Radio Network.
Hi there.
All right, so I think we need to explain this because for people who haven't seen every single one of these, it used to be that I would say, welcome, and Lisa would try to interrupt, or she would...
No, not interrupt.
Well, you would try to say it before me, or...
Join in. I just want to play.
So last week she mentioned saying it in Swahili because one of our favorite
Sports
cycling sportscaster, Paul Sherwin, is fluent in Swahili, and every once in a while during the Tour de France he reads the map in Swahili. So...
Jumbo.
Yeah.
I was going to do Italian. Ciao, benvenuto, buongiorno.
So, anyway, so every video you watch, we're almost always laughing at that point. So there it is.
Jumbo. That's for multiple people. Apparently it's jumbo if it's just singular. So there's your...
I think we can end the podcast now.
Look what you have learned.
All right. Happy New Year, everyone. I guess this is our pre-Philadelphia Pen Show edition.
Which just scares the heck out of me. I can't believe it's Pen Show season already. I mean, weren't we just in Columbus a couple weeks ago?
Well, it was nice to have a little bit of time off.
It was. It was nice to spend the time with the kids and to get some stuff done around the house and unpack and keep things unpacked for more than a week or two. But we're excited, right? You're excited.
Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely excited. Well, for me, I'm excited for a number of reasons.
Yeah, well, Philly's a new show to us. So now, instead of calling it January, it'll be Philly, since we tend to...
Write that down.
count the months by pen shows. But the amazing Bert Ozer runs the show, so we're sure it's going to be really well run, well attended, like all the rest of Bert's shows that we've been to so far. And the kicker for Brian, an auction. So he's in heaven. I'm a little nervous, but what a great way to start the pen show year. Yeah,
I'm like kind of on the edge of my seat because the Philadelphia Pen Show website has a tab on the top. It's got schedule, home, it has a tab for auction, and then you go to auction, and it doesn't show me any pictures.
I paid Bert extra to not put anything up there, just to tease the heck out of you.
Gary Garner is going to be doing the auction this year. He did the auction in Raleigh last year. That's June for all of you. We know what we should do? We should put out a calendar and you just call it Philly, LA, for the months instead of.
Okay. So it's like Philly. So today's like Philly 6th?
Philly the 6th.
Okay. That's interesting.
March is going to be totally screwed, but...
March, yeah.
We're just going to have 16 months in the calendar.
No.
But a month is not exactly... Anyway,
you digress.
I digress. But looking forward to it. We're leaving on Thursday.
Yep. And
should get there just barely in time for Friday morning festivities. So we're going to be pretty tired, I suspect.
Bert, break out the coffee.
Yeah, make sure the coffee's there. This stuff right here. Black, that's the way to do it.
No, cream, sugar. Janet and David will make sure we have coffee.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, speaking of shows, yesterday I put up a post on the blog. In the spirit of all these end-of-year programs that you see on TV or you see online, detailing what has happened in the past 12 months, I put together a visual perspective of some of the more significant purchases for us it's not all me, in 2012. So I put together the pen year in review.
A lot of them are you.
Well, okay, I mean, if I go down the list now, the first one actually is one of my favorite pictures from the year. I think it's the Valentine's Day picture, the Legacy,
Yep.
and the dual fold.
Rollerball.
It's a rollerball, yeah.
I chose a rollerball.
She chose a rollerball. I love her anyway.
Wow.
But in going down the list real quickly, I mean, Baltimore, in some shows there was like one purchase, and it was, it's that case of, choose wisely.
Padawan.
Yes. Baltimore, there was, that's not marked Heath, but very similar in relation to the Heath overlays that you see for Parker and Heath. That was a nice little pen.
I remember that one.
We got it on like the last day at, 3:00 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah. I mixed in some of the modern highlights from the year. Some pens that I thought that we both thought were really outstanding performers. Now we didn't do it. Maybe we should do this next year. We didn't do a pen of the year.
Oh, we should.
We should. I don't know who would win it this year because there were, well, yeah. She's holding up the 75th anniversary of Aurora.
My baby. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, a pen of the year.
Yeah. I mean, for the modern offerings, my early vote, of course, the 300 is just a fantastic pen. The Schaefer 300. Really love mine.
Love my intensity.
Yeah, and your intensity. Of course, we've got the TWSBI 540 in there. And some other pens that are on the list. What else did I show? Did I show any other modern? The Lamy All-Stars, the Schaefer 100s I show.
Love my intensity.
Which was our, she loves her intensity. Cornflower is the
It's
the name
a
of that
gorgeous pen. It's a great writer. It posts well. Sometimes metal pens are a little bit heavy for me, but I love this pen. It's one of my daily users. Mm-hmm. So Anyway, I'll be quiet.
That's fine. The Schaefer 100, which this last year was our first giveaway pen.
Yep.
And that one went to Turkey, I think.
I can't remember.
Turkey. It went to Turkey. That was a fantastic pen as well. Mine always starts up. Of course, the Micarta, which has received some kind of mixed reviews, but in fact, I was on FPN this morning, and people were talking about it, and my comment is, my pen, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, it's really fantastic. It's a good writer. It's not too wet. It's not too dry. It's the right amount of flow. It's just a super pen. I like the design. Some don't. Your mileage may vary, but also
it's a cool material.
Yeah. It's a tactile sensation. Definitely interesting pen this year. And of course, the last pen I show on the post is the Delta Fusion 82.
Oh my God!
This guy right here. Some of you may recall, I was going completely nuts over this thing.
Yep.
And then, checking the tracking, and the day it comes, I'm at work and Lisa's at home, and it was just, yeah.
Look what I got.
So, yeah, we gotta have a lot of really cool pens on this post. Early Moore Safety, the H.A. Smith taper cap eyedropper that we got in the Chicago auction, and we also got that St. DuPont.
Oh yeah, I totally.
Which was just a fluke.
Did not follow our normal practice of checking out what we're thinking about bidding on. I didn't bother because usually I'm more concerned with holding Brian's hand down, or
I had a distraction this year though.
Bidding against him.
We had Eric. It was on your other side.
Yeah.
Eric Schneider from FD
We had a
Geeks.
trainee.
Yeah, we had a trainee. So,
and I didn't look at this DuPont beforehand. It's a really stupid reason to love a pen. I admit that. But I love the sound DuPonts make when you click the cap. It just clicks. Bid on it. Didn't think I'd win. I think I was the only person to bid.
I don't. Yeah, maybe
It went
there were
for
two
some
bidders or
crazy low
something.
price.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
a little bit of time in the ultrasonic. It was good.
Yeah, we got lucky.
What else do we get? Chicago was a good show, all things considered. The Grishaber overlay, we finally snatched that
Oh, yeah.
after a couple tries, previous shows to that. Actually, I think I'd been looking at it for about a year,
About a year, yeah.
and finally,
Finally came home.
nobody bought it, and finally, I was able to get it. You got your first Edison,
Oh, my pearl. My pearlette.
your Perlette. Yep. Raleigh was a good show too. We got some nice pens there. Your Mont Blanc that we got for your birthday, the 124. I have that's where I snatched that nice Edison, the original Edison, the St. Petersburg,
The other
Virginia, the original Edison, overlay.
Yep.
Snatched that snap fill. There's an unmarked sleeve filler that I got in the auction, and I also got. And I didn't post it. I don't know why I didn't do it, but Raleigh was when we had the auction with the PCA pen. And
yeah.
I was just bidding, and it was a modeled hard rubber Waterman 12. Real nice pen, very clean. And I'm just bidding to support the PCA, and I ended up winning it.
And the PCA president thanks you.
Yeah. And what else do we get? We got that Wirt filigree overlay, which just is killer.
Well, that was the auction that I didn't sit next to you.
No.
I was up front. And John Veely and I actually had a blast trying to keep track of everything. Gary was...
Well, he was bidding just as much as I was.
I know. But usually I sit next to you to, hold your hand down and...
Well, you can't hold my hand down when I'm supporting the PCA. They need to have more auctions like that.
Janet and David Wright will be bringing some Nankervis pens. You can buy one.
You can bet your dollar I will support the PCA by bidding on that stuff. So
all right.
What else do we got? Couple nice filigrees in DC. You can see those there. The Bard brothers, of course, from Dallas.
Oh my God.
And seriously, I can't stress how unusual it is to be able to find a Bard brothers dip pen, much less to find a number 2 and a number 8 at the same show. I mean, an 8 is just unheard of.
Well, that one nib is like the size of my thumb, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, well, the picture doesn't really do it justice because the nib is like the size of any normal pen's cap.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Seriously, the size of my thumb. It's ginormous.
Yeah, super, super fine. And now that one, to be fair, I knew that one was coming, but I had no idea that number 2 was going to be there. So it was cool to get one on each side. A couple more filigrees. Lisa's Mont Blanc cartridge pen that we found in Detroit.
Oh, that was a cool one. It doesn't look like a Mont Blanc, which is why I like it.
No, I love the nib. Nib is cool. Nice writer.
It's got burgundy with kind of a matte finish.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Looks almost like a Schaefer Targa. Mm-hmm. In between a Targa and a Sailor Shalana. Yeah. It's skinny.
Nice,
I like it.
Nice looking pen. Let's see, Columbus. We got the Joseph Monahan dip pen with the Goodyear's patent on it. The model hard rubber, spectacular piece.
Columbus is November for those of you who are keeping track of the months.
We got the interesting Swan eyedropper, which actually, as of late on Pentrace, has been somebody else came up with one, the information that I received is it was made post-war. 1944 to 46, when there were limited supplies on rubber, so they made their pens as eyedroppers. So,
cool,
very cool. We got a Wirt, John Holland, all sorts of cool stuff. So check it out. And it's like I say, it's just some of the eye candy that we got, and I excluded like birthday and Christmas pens. But
you got more pens.
Well,
than what's listed on the blog.
Now hang on.
What?
I might do a part 2.
Oh my God!
Well, now the other day, I'm looking at a catalog, and we just got done putting the Auroras, most of the Aurora catalog up on the website, and I'm looking through and
love my babies.
Yeah, there she goes. She got the Mari and the 75th. But I'm looking at the Optima, the Nero Perla, the Black Pearl, which is really a fabulous pen, and I think it's beautiful, really stunning looking pen.
You can have that one.
And I mentioned to Lisa, I said, well, I'm trying to console myself. I'm looking at pens. She walks out. Now I'm in the bedroom. She walks out, goes to my desk, doesn't even think about it. She grabs, I don't know how many there were. Half a dozen.
5 or 6.
Half a dozen pens, grabs them, walks in, throws them down on the desk, throws them down on the bed where I'm working, and walks away. She goes, here you go.
Hey, you want to console yourself? You've got a bunch of really awesome pens. I think our Edison Herald was in that group.
Yep. There are 2 Edisons, the limited edition and the Herald.
Oh, yeah. Your Ebonite, the Herald. What else was in that collection?
I think
pretty darn nice
you had a
pens.
Prera. These 2 guys right here.
Your Prera was there. I love my Prera.
I think there was a Twisby. There was a couple pens.
You don't need to shop. You have awesome
now,
pens.
I feel like I should mention this because yesterday we were looking in the pen chest, and Lisa, of course, has her own drawer to keep hers.
One.
Well, she hasn't outgrown it yet,
now.
and she looks in and she's like, "Well, where's this pen? Where's that pen? Where's this pen? Oh my goodness, where are they?" And I'm like, "Well, because we were talking about the Mont Blanc, and it's on your desk." And she goes over to the desk and we pull off like a pile of paper, and voila, there must be, I don't even know, 30
15.
pens?
No, there were
30.
about 15.
There were 30 pens on
There
your
were
desk.
15.
You put 15 in a, there
All
were
right,
a lot.
So we're even.
Yeah, so I think we're even. But anyway, I'm thinking I might do a post number 2
Okay.
to cover some of those other, because I completely, and I was trying to and I only picked out some of them. I didn't pick every pen that we got, but I completely missed the John Holland that you gave me for Christmas. Of course, the 75th anniversary. There was a Aiken Lambert sleeve filler for my birthday that you got me. So a lot of really nice pens we missed out, but so
We confess we collect pens. Speaking of that, we have new listeners every week. We have new Twitter followers, new Facebook followers, more customers every day. And so we kind of thought maybe at the start of 2013, we should take a few minutes and kind of reintroduce ourselves and reaffirm our commitment to the pen collecting community, because that is really what it is. For those of you who don't know our story, Brian and I have both been collecting for about, I guess it's been about 15 years now.
15? Yeah, I started in 98.
Well, it's
15.
15 years, right?
Yep. Yeah.
We
Math
both
suits
started
me.
with Esther Brooks, and we've branched out from there. When we got married, we chose to have the crazy concept of getting married at a pen show, since that is how and where we met. And many of our dearest, closest friends are pen people. And I think that was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And very memorable. In fact, we can never not go to the Chicago Pen Show because that's where we got married. So it's not just the closest show to home, it's also the wedding show.
Yep.
Let's see, I just started my second term on the board of directors of the Pen Collectors of America, and we're both members. And I was president last year and this year as well. They tell me I might not have a choice for next year either. Brian has been a moderator on the FPN Esterbrook Forum for years.
Yeah, probably as long as I can remember. We are also active, of course, at pen shows, and we talk about them a lot. We've done some small sponsorships in the past couple of years. This year, we're going to be doing sponsoring a pizza party at the Little Rock Pen Show, so we're excited about that. And we always donate the vendor tester pads at several shows like Chicago, Raleigh, Columbus.
Brian's also been doing pen repair for several years now, and he also had the amazing opportunity to train with two of the pen repair's most respected gurus, Joel Hamilton and Cheryl Tyree. And I got to tell you, that was a blast.
That was a fantastic couple of days.
Yeah.
They actually came to Wisconsin, stayed here for, was it 3-4 days?
Yep.
And I never thought pen repair could be an exhausting experience, but we worked on pens literally 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
every day.
And it was interesting because Joel would work with Brian and Cheryl would be doing other things. And then Cheryl would work with Brian and Joel would work on some other things. But yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Some of my fondest memories are going with Joel supply shopping. We had a good time.
Yeah.
And Joel would sit with Brian and say, now, Parker did this best. And then Cheryl would sit with Brian later and say, now, Schaefer is the best at this. And so they were.
Yeah, don't listen to him.
Yeah. But it was really intense, hands-on training and well worth the time and effort.
Yeah.
So.
One of the things that we're going to be doing in 2013, and we're very proud of this.
Yep. Very excited.
We're working with the PCA, enabling the PCA to expand the Pens for Kids program by providing 250 cartridge pens and ink, these guys right here,
The Preppy.
the Platinum Preppy, along with tester pads. And this is going to be a standing gift each year in hopes that the PCA will continue to provide fountain pens to children who attend the shows. And we hereby challenge the PCA to completely use up our donation every year. And if they do, we'll donate more.
Very cool. So you're challenging, we're challenging me.
I'm challenging you.
Now,
going.
Wouldn't be the first time. Children receive a free pen when they complete the scavenger hunt at a show, and they really seem to enjoy that. And they get another pen when they attend the Pens for Kids seminar. And those are done at most of the shows. Some of the children we actually see year after year, and they become actual collectors, not just bored children of collectors who got dragged to a show. They actually really get into it and have a lot of fun. One of our fondest memories was a young boy. He's probably 10 or 11, maybe.
Yeah, didn't we see him? We saw him this last year.
Yeah, he came to Little
We didn't
Rock
recognize him.
a couple years ago, bought a bunch of junker pens from the junk box, and went home and repaired them. He was fun.
Yeah, he came back the next day.
Yep.
And bought more.
Yep.
And this year in Dallas, he and his mother came up and mentioned that. And I didn't recognize him because he had grown so much.
Well, don't.
He was
grown.
Yeah, he grew. Oh, he was.
grow.
Yeah. And we were happy to see him and to know, that he was not only still using those pens, but he was looking at others. He had clearly done research into what he wanted, price points, nib sizes, and so forth. We also see a young man named Morgan several times a year, and he's become quite the collector as well. He usually has a list, I think, and he's all given quite a bit of thought to what he wants in a writer.
Yeah.
The most important part is that these children just don't take the pen shows, or the pen at the show, and forget about it. They use them, and then they expand on it.
Yeah, and it's not about the fact that they buy pens or selling them a pen. It's about the fact that they actually use the pens and they enjoy them. Morgan, for example, gave me a bookmark that he drew a couple years ago, and I still have it. We're also working on getting in touch with some of the local elementary schools and homeschool groups so that we can do a modified Pens for Kids presentation to some bigger groups as well. I'm also teaching a creative writing class this semester at the Performing Arts High School here in town. And every student in my class will be receiving a fountain pen, along with a class on the proper use and care, also known as don't fling ink at anybody else. But we just wanted to say thanks for letting us take a couple minutes and share some of our plans and just a little bit of who and what we are in the pen world.
We truly believe in giving back to the community. We're collectors and users of fountain pens first and foremost. We don't just sell stuff made by other people. We've been in the trenches like you all, hunting for pens, rejoicing in finding a long sought after piece.
Oh my God.
Repairing them, and enjoying the use of fountain pens.
Absolutely. So let's get on to
Wish list.
Oh my God.
I love this part.
I know you do. And, I say the same thing every time. I don't have that much on my wish list. I have most of the pens I really want. I'm always on the lookout for any Schaefer script certs that I don't have, either to complete my collection or to upgrade it. I know that some of them are maybe not quite as perfect, or, they're script certs, but, or any lady fairs made by wherever, they're kind of script cert wannabes.
They're cool.
Those are cool. They're usually more in like pastel Easter egg colors. Those are harder to find, actually.
I wonder if that isn't because when we're looking, the patterns are so similar that we don't know if that pen that's in that tray is actually a wherever or if it's a script cert and we think you have it.
No, I can tell. I just don't see that many script certs. But maybe I'll have to check harder.
Well, for me anyway, I think that's what's going through my head. So I'll make sure to look a little closer.
Awesome. I think this year I'm going to explore maybe some vintage pilots.
Oh boy.
Some vintage Auroras for sure.
Oh my goodness.
And
there goes the pocketbook.
Vintage Pelicans. I am turning it up a notch, baby.
I think we need a line of credit at the bank for that.
Hey, I shop for bargains,
No,
and I negotiate hard.
I bet you do.
Maybe we'll just have to skip the Coach outlet on the way home.
No, I don't think so.
I don't do flex nibs at all. It's an art that is completely wasted on me. I will be the first one to admit I just don't slow down to actually use a flexi nib properly. So a lot of cool pens just don't work for me. Sometimes that works for the budget. But, my style is a smooth nail of a nib any day, and I'm a happy camper. But Brian isn't quite the same way.
Well, no, not necessarily. I do like a flex nib. I'm not a great calligrapher by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm working on it. I also have kind of pretty much the same list, but I'm taking a different approach to it, I think, this time. Or at least I think I am.
What's that mean?
Well, okay, I've had on my list for like probably the last 6 shows an Aiken-Lambert safety.
Well, then take it off.
I'm just going to forget it. And here's my thinking.
Really?
I really want one. But every time one comes up on eBay, I get outbid. Or it's at the wrong time, or, I just got done buying the Delta or whatever. I'm just going to take it off the list, which means if I stop looking for it, it will find me.
Oh, it's a whole reverse psychology thing. Does that apply to inanimate objects?
I think it does. I'll probably find 5 in Philly.
Ooh.
Like right after I buy the first one, then I'll see another one.
Okay.
So I'm kind of taking it's on the list. It's kind of, but I'm taking it off. Since you got me the John Holland for Christmas, I think it would be nice to get the matching later saddle filler with the safety cap, the screw cap.
So I just totally screwed myself by buying you a pen because now you want a harder to find, more expensive pen.
No, actually the one you got I think is harder to find.
Oh, then I did well.
But you can't find these anywhere, so it doesn't really matter.
I can make a phone call.
I bet you can.
I know people.
I know someone who has one, but we'll see.
Ooh, is it the same person you got the other one from?
No.
Ooh.
But they had a short little cap. It's just a cute little cap. It actually, the pen looks kind of awkward proportioned with that cap, but I think I need to have one of each.
So you want an awkward pen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the standing orders, the last couple lists, the modeled hard rubber, anything.
You do like your hard rubber.
It's adding a little color to the all black in the tray. Maybe a dip pen. on the list. That'll be pretty easy to find. Something nice, Leroy Fairchild, maybe. Edward Todd.
Okay.
Parts, I have lots of parts on the list.
Yeah.
I have more Waterman parts than I think Waterman has, but I can't make a single pen out of any of them.
So you need more parts.
Yeah. I need lever boxes, I need nibs, I need all sorts of stuff.
But is that for repairs or is that for repairing of your pens?
No, it's for repairs.
Okay, so that doesn't really count.
It doesn't count.
No. See, look, I'm giving you extra space.
Okay, well, I need some dip pen nibs.
Okay.
So put that in there. And the one that's different. This is a departure.
Uh-oh.
I kind of had my eye on this for a while, and I think I'm just going to come out and just say it. I'm going to say, I want a Lamy 2000.
Well, you can get those.
Yeah, but I want a vintage one.
Oh.
Although they're really hard to tell the difference between a vintage one that was made yesterday. But I think I want one. I've seen a couple of them at the shows, and I like the heft. I like the size, the design. They're a piston filler, gold nib. I think I want to get one. So I'm gonna keep my eye out for the right one, and we'll see what we come up with. So that's what's on my list for Philly.
And others. It'll be interesting to see how many you can cross off.
Well, see, I figure if I put 6 items on the list, I'm bound to come up with something.
I'm sure if you want a dip pen, I can find you some junker.
Oh, no.
That doesn't count?
That doesn't count. 14 karat nib. Oh. No broken taper, nothing.
All right.
Moving on. And we'll have our podcast actually probably later. We won't have one next Sunday, but we'll have it.
Yeah, we'll be busy.
Yeah, it'll be midweek, so we'll cover that next week. We should mention that
big news.
We have decided to extend the buying period for our 2013 limited edition Edison Anderson bulb filler.
Yes.
These guys right here. For one more week, we had a number of people email us, and I know a bunch of people email Edison. The timing wasn't perfect. They're interested, but they couldn't, because the close proximity of Christmas, the holidays, it just couldn't swing it. So we're going to extend it one more week, Monday, January 14th, to accommodate some customers, and we've had some good response to that. So
yep. Now, what this means is if you're going to be in Philadelphia at the show next week, definitely stop by our table. We will have our little babies at the table. Feel free to take one for a test spin, pick them up, hold them, write with them. They're really awesome writers, but it's truly the best way to get a feel for it. And I have to warn you, they're really tempting. It's going to be hard to say no once you have it in your hand. Yeah,
they're really fabulous pens. So come and stop by and take a look. They're produced in obviously limited numbers, so you won't see them everywhere. So there it is. Monday, January 14th is the last day for that, and that's available on the website. And speaking of the website, this week also some new arrivals. The TWSBI Mini Classic has been restocked. We were pretty low on some of the nib sizes there for a while. And the big news is that all of the minis, the classic, the all clear, and the all black, now have 1.1 and 1.5 millimeter stub options.
Yep.
For those pens. We have those, and we also got in the new VAC 700 clear in 1.1 and 1.5 millimeter stubs as well, just the clear. And those are the new U of O nibs They're fantastic, fantastic writers. They really are. I've been using two of them over the past couple of weeks, one broad, one medium, and they're just amazing. Really, really nice writing pens.
They've done a terrific job.
Yep.
Yet again. Let's see. Additional colors of Diamine ink will be arriving soon, as well as a brand new line of ink for us from Organic Studio. We had spoken to Tyler in DC, which is August, and he wasn't ready to expand quite yet. But he emailed us, asked if we were interested in carrying the line. We, of course, said yes. And the ink, the tracking shows that the ink will be here tomorrow. So we're excited about that. We'll be able to get that up on the web, and we'll definitely have it in Philly. And then Scribble Ink will be updating their line of ink offerings pretty soon as well. Got to follow up on that. Let's see, some weekly blog posts. Think of it like a little column almost, are planned, including a weekly post on Thursdays that'll be writing related.
Cool.
Yeah. We'll also be hosting a caption contest beginning this week, I think.
This
we
week?
can get that up this week.
This week?
Yeah, well, we started this
Do you know
week.
what Thursday is?
I know what Thursday is, but all you have to do is put the picture up.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. I have some other things that I want to get up on the blog, so maybe this week.
All right. Well, let's just say I'm feeling brave because it's pretty funny.
Yeah, we do have a good one for the first caption contest.
Yeah. We also have a couple cool new notebook designs in the works. We'll be able to reveal these soon. We're just working on perfecting a couple things, playing with it a little bit. But it's been fun to start to expand some of our offerings.
Yeah, those would be cool. I can't wait to see those, partially because I actually
want one.
I want one. It was one of these things I'm just sitting down and I'm like, I really could use this. And so we said, well, why don't we just...
Make me one.
Why don't we just do that?
Yeah.
We have also taken our commitment to our customers to the next level, if you will. We've reworked our schedule to ship pretty much almost daily.
Yep.
Before it was Mondays and Fridays only.
Well, we were both working full-time plus.
Yes.
So...
and we're going to include a pretty cool little care package with the orders. We've always been on the pen boards, but we're going to make the commitment to be more active. Yep. And there's quite a few of them, so you'll see us on the boards. And we do have some pretty cool things planned for the website this year as well. So stay tuned. Yeah,
we're excited about some of those. In fact, we have a meeting regarding some of that this afternoon.
Yes, I'm very excited about that.
I'm
That's
super
gonna be
excited.
Very cool, and we'll see the result of that. I would think in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the end of this month. Not to tease anyone, but anything else you want to talk about this week?
I need to go pack. I think that's it for now. I got to run down to the pen room and drag out tons of boxes and start to pack.
Yeah. All right. Again, next week, Sunday, we'll be at the show. We will do our post-Philadelphia Pen Show review probably
Monday or Tuesday.
Probably Monday.
Yeah.
We'll get it in. It'll be a little later than the normal weekly turnaround here. But comments, suggestions for topics, use your pens. Write to us at Anderson Pens, P.O. Box 732, Appleton, Wisconsin 54912.
Or catch us online.
Email brian@andersonpens.net.
Or lisa@andersonpens.net.
You can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/andersonpens.
We are on Facebook as well, facebook.com/andersonpens.
Check out our blog, andersonpens.net/blog.
And the website, of course, is andersonpens.net.
Join our mailing list for advance notice of upcoming events or pre-orders. Thanks for listening to our podcast. We'll see you next week.
Aloha. Gotcha.